My dumb husband feels threatened by my IQ, so I divorced his dumb ass. Am I the a-hole?
Finally, we are divorcing dumb men. I think we should just go all female.
Why, are you really you're trying to just kill yourself?
Let's go.
As the title says, he came home one day and gave me logins to some IQ test, and I scored higher than him. Yikes. First, he was in disbelief.
I can't believe you've done this.
Then a bit sulky. I thought the whole thing was stupid and I never thought or experienced that I'm smarter, and I never understood the logic of these tests. Now, IQ isn't everything, folks, as you can see here.
Yes.
Anyway, since then, he has changed. He doesn't want to cuddle or kiss me or anything. Last Saturday, we attended a birthday party for my little nephew, and my husband spent the evening chatting up my sister-in-law's sister, who is very pretty.
God, from an IQ test?
Imagine realizing that your wife is smart and then being like, yeah, I'm not attracted to you anymore. Can you get a lobotomy? When we got home, I had just had it up to here with him and started crying because he ignored me for the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Now he's flirting with other people.
Oh my God.
He denied everything. He denied changing since the test, but I wasn't backing down this time.
Good.
Don't back down, girl.
Do it.
I told him that I wasn't stupid, obviously. IQ test.
Yeah.
Look at it, dummy. And that he stopped being affectionate since that damn day. He finally admitted that he was turned off by the fact and wasn't attracted to me. I asked him if he still wasn't attracted to me and why. I haven't changed. I'm still me. He apologized and said that he would put his shit together and that he knows how silly this is. But he's been wary around me since. I still think he's turned off by me, but what can I do? And there is an update.
Oh my
But
God.
I want to know, like, how important is being smart or not smart to you in a relationship? Put your comments in the comments below. But I don't know, John, what do you think about this?
Sam, what do we always say on this show?
There's got to be red flags.
There's always
no
red
way.
flags.
There's no way like this IQ test suddenly turns this guy into like a raving lunatic. He was a lunatic much before the moon came out, you know? I want to know what you guys would do in this situation, but let's get into the update.
Let's do it.
We're taking a break.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So I told my husband that I have had enough. He has obviously had a change of heart, and I'm not going to be there to witness him falling out of love with me. The mere thought is painful. He called me drama and said that while his reaction was bitter and stupid, I'm taking a huge leap in the wrong direction. How would you know, dummy? Since he already acknowledged his mistake and is working towards being better. I told him that it wasn't true. He is still avoiding me like I am a leper.
Oh my God.
I also asked to see his phone.
Oh, the
Is
excuse.
this just an excuse?
Is
The
this
classic
the excuse? Here we
excuse.
go. Here we go. How do we miss that? We
Yeah,
usually
we usually
catch
catch that. He has been talking a bit too friendly to a coworker. It started immediately after this whole test thing. Like he was determined to hurt me, or I don't know what he was trying to accomplish otherwise. In one of the texts, he complained that I was neglectful and full of myself. How ironic to pretend that I'm the neglectful one when he has not even kissed my cheek in over a month. Gotta kiss her
Really?
cheeks, bruh. You know, hey, if you don't kiss them, someone else is.
That's right.
Not one of us, maybe.
Sam.
Yeah, I'm single. I actually went on a date last night.
That's true. Which post story?
Post story
okay.
recap.
There we go.
All right, boys will give you the dirty details. All right. It felt like it was only a matter of time before he would cheat on me, and I'm not staying for that. So I asked to move out. This morning, he texted me that he loved me and that he was so weak. He didn't know what he was trying to prove to me or to himself, but that he loves me and finds me very attractive. Physically, just not intellectually.
Yeah, of course.
He has been so cold with me, flirting with everyone that looked his way, and now he was all loving and affectionate. He wants us to try therapy, and he suggested that he needed to work on his insecurities with a therapist too. We have a daughter together who's 8 months old.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh no.
That changes things a little bit for me.
That changes things, yeah.
That we love more than anything, but I don't know. Why does it feel like it is over and that I don't trust him anymore? I feel like I know now what he's capable of when faced with adversity, and going through rough patches is inevitable in every marriage. I don't like his method of dealing with it. This is a great last line.
Oh God.
I'm too intelligent to put up with this. Damn, bro.
Wow.
That final line.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if they were married without kids, easy, like I feel like he's proven that he's not worth your time. With kids, I feel like might be worth seeing if he could repair something. Yeah. We love a good divorce chant, you know. But
yeah, we hey, listen, you guys.
I will divorce chant all the way till the cows come home.
Till the cows come home. And you know, there are a lot of cows
there
around
are a lot
here.
of cows.
So
we got surprised by some cows on a morning run.
That is true.
Or in Bali, by the way.
But yeah, no, I feel like ultimately, like, even though there is the child, that doesn't mean that she's obligated to stick around,
No.
you know, but I totally hear what you're saying, which is like,
I feel like
there's a
it's
child
like-
involved. Is
yeah.
there like, could she sacrifice even more than she has up to this point to see if there's something that can be done
Yeah.
that would, but
Speaking of, I had a date last night.
that's true.
I did. I was surfing at sunset, and as I was going in, there was this cute Australian girl, and I started talking to her. I was like, "Hey, like, I gotta go surf, but maybe we should, you know, chat sometime and get your Instagram." Got her Instagram.
Yep.
And I was like, "All right, here, let me show you what I actually said." She said, "Lovely to meet you, Darls. How was your surf?" I said, "Haha, almost died. Rocks came out of nowhere. Want to get drinks right now."
Is this the reintroduction
To Sam's Love Chronicles?
I'm not gonna push anything, but if you know, time will tell.
But you know what else we got to tell?
Ooh.
This next story.
Yeah, we do. My wife tried to make me babysit on my day off, so I told her, that's your job. So I walked out on her. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, walk out on her and the baby.
Wow. You know what? This
Fend for itself.
This baby doesn't respect my boundaries of not needing to watch it. So I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 32 female, for 7 years. We have 2 children together, 6 male and 3 female.
Nice.
She takes care of the house and babysits the kids most of the time because she's a stay-at-home mom, but we evenly split chores and childcare on weekends when I get home from work. My wife is much more social than I am. We moved to her home state from mine because she wanted to be closer to her parents and her childhood friends. Now she's a lot more social than I am. She goes on 3 to 4 girls trips a year. I'm happy to babysit the kids full-time in her absence.
3 to 4 girls trips a year? How long are these girls trips?
I mean, you know, a quarter.
4 3-month trips.
Yeah. Honey, when I'm home for my 4 days a year, I do not want to see these children.
I'm exhausted.
I'm more of a homebody anyway, so I usually just like to paint in the spare room or play video games every once in a while instead of traveling out of state. I don't really take time off work unless we do something as a family. For the past 3 or 4 months, I was very busy on a major project at work. I've been working 60-hour weeks, and frankly, I'm exhausted with the stress. I kind of feel like with all this extra time he's spending at work, is there something else that
She's doing or he's doing?
I don't know. We're hearing about a lot of girls trips. We're hearing about a lot more work hours.
For me right now, it feels like the work stuff is independent from the girls trip.
But what about sloppy conspiracy theories?
That's true. That's true.
What about the messy tea?
What if the work trip is the trip he's taking to the receptionist's vagina?
Wow. You know, I was thinking the other way, but now we have 2 conspiracy theories. So when the project was finally coming to an end, I told my wife I'm taking a day off and I won't be doing any work around the house. Of course, I'd still clean up after myself, but I didn't want to do any chores or do childcare on that one day. I told her that 2 weeks in advance and she agreed.
Man's asking for 1 day.
How dare he? 24 hours? How many seconds is that?
At least more than 3.
I also reminded her 3 days before.
Man really wants this day off. He desperately needs this day off.
However, when that day came, my wife just forgot about the agreement.
What do you mean?
I was in the painting room and my wife interrupted me, telling me that she needed me to give our daughter a bath because she spilt milk all over herself and couldn't do it because she had to wash the dishes. It was annoying, but whatever. It happens. Later on, while I was playing video games, my wife tells me our son needs help for his math homework. I ask her, why can't she help him herself? She said it's because she has some work to do. This work was actually her best friend coming over and chatting for an hour.
Man wanted 1 day.
You know, one measly day, you know.
1 day.
This really pissed me off, so after I helped my son and the best friend left, I told my wife I'm leaving the house for 4 to 5 hours. She asked me where I was going. I told her I'm just gonna chill in the park and do whatever. She said that she needs me to help out with the chores and the kids. I told her that today was my day off from all work, including housework, and it's her job to babysit the kids on this day before I left the house. When I came back, she was acting cold and calling me an a-hole for just abandoning her and the kids.
He asked for 1 day. He asked multiple times.
2 weeks in
Come
advance,
on.
3 days in advance, on the day of, like...
And he's getting for it still.
I think she's being dramatic, but when I spoke to my sister, she said parenting is a 24/7 job, so am I the a-hole?
It is a 24/7 job, but I think the great thing about having two parents is you can give each other breaks when you feel like you need it.
Exactly.
It's not like parenting can be mentally exhausting.
100%.
As a parent, I totally know.
Oh, yeah.
But
all
I
of Sam's
imagine,
11 children that allow him certain privileges.
I think he's not asking for that much. And I don't get what the sister's saying. You can ask for a day off if you feel like it would be good for you.
And I think like the big thing here is like it was very clearly communicated well in advance, which, you know, like if he is like wakes up one day, he's like, I'm exhausted, I'm dead, I'm doing all this stuff. Would you mind? Like, I think that could be fine as well, but that's not what he did.
It was crazy overkill what he did to prepare for this single day.
Yes.
I don't know. I think the wife is a little bit of the a-hole, but I would love to know what everyone else thinks.
Oh, 100%. And what would you do?
And also, like, if you have kids, what's your parenting style? How do you do breaks? You know, or do you do breaks?
Yeah.
Do you switch off between one of you managing the kids and the other managing the kids? I would love to know what your parenting styles are and how you would approach the situation. Put your answers in the comments.
But Sam, you know what I never want to break from?
What?
Your sweet lips reading me this next
All
story.
right. I will put my sweet lips to this next story.
Oh, God.
Am I the asshole for announcing my wife's second pregnancy in front of my sister who can't have kids and asked us for money for an IVF treatment?
Sometimes you just got to rub it in, you know? Like,
Yeah, salt in the wound. They say it's good to put salt in the wound. My wife and I have a 3-year-old son, and we're expecting our second child next year. Both our children were conceived via IVF. We spent years trying for our first with no success, and it took 4 cycles of IVF to have him, which that's expensive, like probably $40K.
could be more.
It was brutal on my wife.
Yeah.
But we both felt like trying for biological children was the way to go for us. We tried naturally for a second child after our first turned 1, but had 0 luck. We were left with money for 1 cycle of IVF, which we decided to pursue if we didn't have any luck naturally, which we didn't. So they're like, okay, let's
send it.
Except around a year ago, my wife and I were gearing up to start the ball rolling on our IVF journey when my sister came and asked if she could have the money to try IVF herself. My sister has no biological kids, but does have an 11-year-old stepson. She has endometriosis and PCOS. What's PCOS?
Oh, now we have someone to look stuff up for us.
Riley.
Siri, you're fired.
Okay. So no more periods means maybe no more kids.
It sounds like at least reduced chances of
it
pregnancy.
reduces the chances of having a child.
Yeah.
And she has never been able to have a child. Her stepson is not very close to her, and they've had problems with him since the start of the marriage. Her stepson has always brought up the fact that his dad married again too soon after his mom died, and how my sister is trying to replace her. Yeah.
When you're getting that told to you by an 11-year-old kid, that hurts.
Yikes, dude. They just know how to fucking go after your throat.
Really, though.
He ran away from home 3 times already.
Oh my
They also had the police and child protective services on their door because he tried to get removed from their care.
Oh my God.
Kid is rebelling. Our main reason for saying no is we wanted to give our son a sibling, but I can't lie and say the dynamic in her home wasn't on my mind too. And I wasn't sure it was a good idea to bring a new baby into their home when things are as bad as they are.
Yeah. Babies don't solve problems.
They just cause more.
They add to it.
We waited for my wife to be far enough along before announcing our last IVF cycle worked. We did this at a family dinner. Everyone was happy for us. Everyone except sister and her husband.
There it is.
She started making snarky comments about how it was no big deal when we already had another kid. I told her, given our struggles, it was a big deal. Our parents told her she should be happy for us. She then starts ranting and raving about how selfish we are to deny her motherhood and to deny her and her husband the chance to have a family together. Our other sister pointed out about her stepson. She told her she's not his mother and he hates her guts, so it's not like she'll ever get any joy out of mothering him.
Oh my God.
Nuclear.
Jesus.
Nuclear.
I understand that it's that, she's going through it too.
Yeah.
But it's like, that is just so
you can't
far.
so obviously just say like, hey, I hate that you're having another kid.
Yeah, like.
Come on, hide it a little bit.
Yeah.
I told her I was sorry she could not have a kid of her own, but she didn't get to demand we sacrifice a second child for her. True.
Yes.
She then told me I held her stepson against her. I told her I couldn't say that it hadn't crossed my mind that bringing a child into what is already a complicated mess would be a bad idea. All right, OP, maybe a little too far.
Yeah.
But that it was beside the point because we wanted another child. She told me I was an asshole for humiliating her in front of the whole family and picking a fight with her. I told her she picked the fight, not me, but I didn't gauge. So am I the a-hole? I want to know what everyone else thinks. What would you do in this situation? But John, what do you think?
Here's my question. Why do people think babies magically solve problems?
I don't know, because it's like it's hard to raise a kid.
I just want to understand where this like mythical idea, like where did it come from?
I think people that don't have kids are thinking like, oh my God, it's like a cute little like golden retriever, but that looks like me.
Right.
You know, like
that
I think
is
babies,
dangerous.
I think people think babies are just going to be like cute, easy things to just like hang out with. And that's just not the case.
Have these people seen a baby? Like, I don't know. It just makes no sense.
I think they've only seen the cute parts of a baby. You also don't know what you're getting into when you're becoming a parent.
That's true. And you know what? We've seen even more flawed logic on this podcast. So I guess, but the sister is so out of line. Like I totally understand and, you know, empathize that you're going through it as well. And, you know, it's probably hard to see like, oh, like I'm trying so hard for a kid. They have a kid. I can't afford IVF. Like I understand that. That doesn't give you license to completely tear someone down. And you're also not entitled to someone's money.
Or and that money equals a second child too. So you're not entitled to their second born child.
Yes.
We would love to know what you think. Put your answers in the comments below. And what would you sacrifice your second born child for?
Ooh.
Let us know in the comments.
Let's get into the next one.
See ya.
There he is.